Hello everybody, this video is all about legs and in particular how to get your legs back into tip-top condition in the shortest amount of time possible. Now I've got a job next week, so my legs are going to be out, and I've also been sat in front of the computer indoors for about the last 2 or 3 weeks, so I kind of need to get together my emergency toolkit of products and things that will help me get amazing looking legs, and I thought that I would share that with you, which is quite timely because hopefully in Britain the sun is about to make an appearance. We might actually get a summer, so for everyone that wants to get into their shorts and is feeling a little bit like their legs are a bit and neglected, then hopefully some of the things I'm about to show you might help. So here we go with my top products and tips and tricks. Now the first thing isn't actually a beauty product, it's a DVD. Lots of you might have heard of this, it's the 30-day shred. I think it's amazing. It doesn't replace really kind of your regular exercise if you like jogging or running or cycling or whatever. It's an intensive 20-minute daily routine, and it mixes up cardio with weights and abs exercises, and I think that if you put in the effort that you're supposed to with it and really push yourself, you see really fast results. So I'm on day 4, I haven't done it for about a year, and already I'm feeling a lot more kind of sucked in and toned and happy with myself, and I think a lot of it is feeling confident. So I do feel very confident, and I'm starting to feel a lot better, and I've got days and days to go yet, so I'll let you know how I get on. But I'm going to write about this DVD on the website amodelrecommends.com, so keep checking on over there. I'll put a link to that below and see how I get on. So that's toning taken care of, and that is probably the most important step, I think, in making your legs feel and look good. And then the next thing for me would be preparation. Now, hair removal is obviously key. I've always shaved my legs because I've got quite fine, light hair, so that works really well for me. And there are a few things that I do to my skin to prep for shaving, just to make sure I don't get any kind of nicks or bumps or ingrown hairs. The first thing is I use a body scrub, and I use this anyway all over my body just to make sure that the skin is really nice and smooth and glowing. My favourite one at the moment is the Elemis Nourishing Body Scrub. I think that's quite a new one, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think with body scrubs it's kind of trial and error. Some people like the really salty ones, some people like the sugary, finer ones. I like ones that don't just drop off straight into the bottom of the shower and then wash away, because I think they're a waste. So for me, the ones that kind of stick to your skin a little bit are the best ones, and I really like that one. If you don't want to splash out on a body scrub, that's absolutely fine. You can get these gloves, and they're exfoliating gloves, and they turn pretty much whatever you use shower gel wise into an exfoliant, because they're so rough, and they're really good for getting a good scrub over your knees and places like that. And they're just a couple of pounds. I'll find some on the internet and I'll put a link to them in the information. And then one more type of exfoliant, and this is actually more of a chemical exfoliant than a manual scrub. This is Ingrow Go, and it's especially made for kind of preventing and getting rid of ingrown hairs. Now, if you've ever had an ingrown hair from shaving or from waxing or something like that, you'll know it's really painful. But for me, more importantly, they're really unsightly. They're kind of like, if you've never seen them, a big spot, and they really hurt because they've got something trapped inside, and that something is a hair. So it's kind of gross, but this is a glycolic and salicylic acid solution, and you just swipe it over on a cotton wool bud, and it kind of just removes dead skin cells and leaves the skin very prepped so that hairs can just kind of be removed properly rather than being trapped under a layer of dead skin. So I find that really useful for preventing and for getting rid of them, if you've got a shoot coming up or something like that. And actually, since I started using the Ingrow Go, Skin Doctors sent me 2 things to try, and the first one is the hair inhibitor, which you use on a regular basis, which is supposed to slow down or even stop the hair coming through. And I'm going to be trying that out on my bikini line, so I'll let you know how I get on with that, because I do find that a little bit of a faff. Can't believe we're talking about this, but there we go. And the other thing is meant for thread veins and spider veins. And if you don't know what those are, it's like when you've got a kind of network of little tiny veins and they're all broken on your legs, and loads of people have them. They're really, really common. I find them really unsightly. I've got a couple of patches of them and they kind of look like bruises, but they're not. And I'm really looking forward to getting rid of those. So again, I'll update you on my progress with that. All of those things are available from Boots, and I'll put the link to those below in the information box. Other things for getting rid of unsightly bits and pieces and blemishes that I use on a regular basis. First of all, Arnica, which I use for bruises. I think that everyone should have Arnica in their medicine cabinet because, on me at least, and I get loads of bruises, I bruise really easily, it gets rid of them so fast, like nothing else I've ever used. So you can get it really easily, supermarkets, chemists, whatever. I've got these really cute little tins, and you can get Arnica one, or there's one with chamomile, or there's one with tea tree, and those are really good for travelling, and I just like the way they look. But you know, you can get it in a cream formula or a balm. Now for any kind of really dry, unsightly patches of skin, maybe it's a bit flaky, I use my balm that's from La Roche-Posay. I think this is really, really good. I also use it if I feel like I've over-exfoliated my skin or it feels a little bit sun sore. It's just a really good all-rounder, so I always have that to hand in my little first aid kit. But it's brilliant for the front of the shins where they get really dry and scaly, so I use that one quite a lot. Now that kind of takes care of the moisturising on my legs, actually, that balm, but I also use the Pi body moisturiser a lot because that's really gorgeous, and I find that it's just very soothing on that area of my shins because they do tend to get dry. But I'm a big believer in zoning my legs in terms of moisturising, and don't think that I'm crazy here. It sounds a little bit obsessive, but it makes sense, I promise. So the bottom halves of my legs, prone to dryness. Top halves, knee and above, my main concern is preventing cellulite or reducing the appearance of cellulite. Now, I know that a topical product is not going to get rid of cellulite, at least not on its own, if at all. But I do believe that regular application of good ingredients and really massaging it in with the fingertips does reduce the appearance of cellulite because it just really tones the skin on the surface. And I think that makes a huge difference. I've been doing it for well over a decade. Even probably before I started modelling, I was using the original, the Clarins one that's got the instructions with the different positions that you're supposed to do. And I actually still follow kind of those positions as well. What I tend to do is do silly little positions like a half squat or a little bit of a lunge, and then when the muscle is tense, I really knead with my fingertips and really massage the product in, and I think it does make a massive difference. You know, you've got that draining, toning effect on the skin. So that would be one of actually my key things that I do. I do that on a regular basis anyway, but I kind of step it up a gear if I'm getting my legs ready for some kind of appearance or event or summer holiday. And now finally we're on to skin finishing. And by skin finishing, I mean kind of perfecting the legs like you would with a foundation on your face, doing the same for your legs. Now on a shoot, a makeup artist would more often than not use MAC Face and Body and perhaps mix it with a little bit of body lotion, but just usually apply it neat onto the legs. However, I can't be bothered with that at home. I find it a little bit of a faff, and also it looks brilliant in photos, but it can look a little bit unnatural in real life. So I've got two things that I'm using a lot of at the moment. One of them is the Caudalie Divine Legs, and I wrote about this on my website. I'm going to put the link below so that you can see the before and after photo that I took of that, because it's really quite stunning. And then the other thing is by Vita Liberata, and this is a skin perfector, so it's almost like having a really fine pair of silk stockings on. So you've got this perfect sheeny finish that's not too shimmery, it's not too shiny. Then gradual tan wise, one that I've been using loads recently is the Bow Bronze by Abby O, and it's just the sheerest, subtlest wash of colour. Obviously you can build that up, but if you just do it a couple of times you get this gorgeous golden glow. Doesn't smell, brilliant for fair skinned people. So I think that's everything. I've got my hair tied up like this because I am actually going to go and do day 5 of the shred downstairs now in my living room. So wish me luck with that. Give me a big thumbs up for this video. Make sure you're subscribed, and I shall see you next time.